their movements. I'll find them.
Target acquired. Staging retrieval.
The signal's blocked. I can't pinpoint their location.
Guess it's up to me then. The echo of truth cannot be silenced.
Hang in there.
Initiating Operation Ak Canal debrief with Operator Morse.
Got it. Full review, right? You want me to put together a presentation? Come back.
Command has concerns regarding the outcome. Detail the sequence of events.
Concerns?
Patrol at 2 o'clock.
Target down. Boarding.
Mission objective. Verify the contents of Hudson's cargo. Avoid direct engagement. Enemy support is positioned close by. You have 10 minutes.
Stand by the breach.
First floor, 3 units. 2 upstairs. We're compromised. Breach! Bob's your uncle.
Got evidence.
All units, rally at the cargo bay entrance for evac. Now!
After confirmation of the Dark Star fuel, your signal died. Explain that.
Comms failed. It's documented in the report.
You weren't with the team. So where were you?
Bob's your uncle. Something's off. Checking it out.
All units, rally at the cargo bay entrance.
Unknown acoustic signature at 2 o'clock. Radar empty. Requesting permission to investigate.
Just heading at increased speed.
The sound's gone.
Torpedo inbound, bearing on 48!
Defensives are down. Torpedo range 600 meters. 400 meters. 200.
Given your performance during the operation, Command has determined you are no longer fit for frontline deployment.
What's that sound?
Don't lie to me! This ship isn't carrying anything good! taking me! We're pulling out! I repeat, we're pulling out! Hang in there.
Cargo was confirmed, exposing Hudson's operation. So what is it you're actually searching for? State your reason for joining GTI.
I'm looking for something. Something right in front of you. Something you cannot see.
That will be all.
Can't I just have 5 minutes, peace?
Everly, we've picked up abnormal acoustic signals in the Eastern Sea.
Just dolphins mating. It's that time of year, after all. You won't get away.
Luke Everly, codename Morse. Class, Recon. Morse is a former Navy acoustic intelligence specialist with deep expertise in maritime acoustic environments, making him highly skilled in the analysis and exploitation of sound waves and portable sonar equipment. As an operator, Morse excels in the use of his jammer, a portable sonic device that disrupts enemies by reducing their audio detection range. Morse's advanced sonar device emits sound pulses to scan for enemies, generating markers on their positions.
No more secrets! Jammer out! Point flash! Sending jammer! Throwing delayed flash! Allied cruiser engaging! Searching for hostiles! Throwing delayed flash! Sending jammer! Throwing jammer!
Warning. Control system compromised.
You want to know how freedom is made? Patience. Violence. Struggle. Evolution. Transformation. Combat. Liberation.
Take Subject 42 alive.
Good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to Delta Force Global League here in North America. My name is Laz, new little bit of a face here for Delta Force, but I am joined back here with someone that was here earlier today. He wanted to get a little bit more Delta Force action in, and it's Toby. How are we feeling, man?
Good, man. Yeah, I just couldn't get enough. It was simply too exciting earlier in EMEA today, so I figured, you know what, hell, I'll do NA as well. It's a good time, good to be here with you. And yeah, I mean, if EMEA is anything to go by, we are going to be in for an absolute treat tonight.
Yeah, we absolutely are. There's definitely a lot to cover, so we'll probably try to get into this right away. But yeah, both of us, you know, a little bit of an intro into the game, so we're very excited to be here. And yeah, I think NA is definitely going to be really exciting, just because for what I've been able to see in the past, we've seen that NA does like to play a little bit different than that, you know, the EMEA teams and stuff as well. So that always makes it kind of exciting and, you know, different styles. So this is where I'm pretty excited to see how these teams want to play here for the last chance to getting themselves booked in for tomorrow. Because again, there's so much at stake here to getting yourself those two teams making it to that final state.
And that's exactly it, right? Because that's what I think one of the biggest differences in what we're seeing with NA compared to EMEA earlier today is because of the format being a bit different from region to region. In EMEA, it was just the one team that went through. The two Mandel Break team, will, again, details will go into all of it, don't worry. But the two teams coming through from NA today, it means there's effectively that much more to play for. You don't necessarily need to be the top gun out. You can make your way through the final taking place.
Yeah, so let's we're gonna bring up some of the graphics now for you guys too, just to kind of give you a little bit of a landscape of, you know, kind of the lay of the land, kind of, you know, how we've gotten to everywhere. But
here we are.
You know, before we talk about that, I mean, it is like the lay of the land about the rules, right? So
yes.
A quick little bit of a recap for people is that, again, you know, they do get to start with 1 million, you know, Technic alloys, so that's going to be for each player, so that allows them to have some good funds to be able to put into the game. And again, if you die, you actually do lose that gear. So like, this is really important, right? Like, where we talk about the investments, where we talk about you have to kind of create the right strategies of what you want to do for the particular round you're going into. So that's where I think a lot of the conversation comes into play styles. And of course, you know, we talk about you have to get the Mandel bricks, and that's really, really important as well. And obviously, if a team's able to find the Mandel bricks, being able to get the two, that means the game's over, or the series will be over. So really, it's a big question of when and how and who's going to be able to do that. And as you can see, we do have the rounds 1 and 3 being those air supply rounds, and then all the others are going to be Mandelbrick. And that's where really it gets super, super exciting, right? The air supply stuff is really great, Toby, but it also is about just building economy, kind of, you know, strategizing, getting ready for the long game. But
exactly.
the Mandelbrick stuff, man, it is so fun. It's so much octane. Like, I absolutely love it, because that's where you get the teams really just get into it.
Absolutely crazy. And yeah, I mean, we kind of called the round 1 and round 3 kind of the economy, like the stash rounds earlier today. As you said, build up economy, get money to buy good gear coming into those all-important Mandelbrick rounds. Then, of course, worth mentioning as well, we are playing on the Season War Blaze, meaning no Morse, no new zero dam changes, whatever is on the live server right now. We're just a little bit behind here on the esports server. And yeah, I mean, as you said, as we can see here, 1 million Technic alloy per player to start things off. They get the big ultimate save box as well, so plenty of space to secure those big fancy reds, all those nice, really valuable items. And I think the most important one off of this on screen is the fact that you get 400,000 per elimination. That is giga money that we don't really see during the game, because that will be the match like accumulated wealth. Those kills are added on top, and especially now that we're having top 2 go through, believe me, I think the eliminations might be what, like, you know, decides the second place coming through from today's games.
Yeah, really well could, right? I mean, that's where, again, like, I think where teams are going to strategize about, like, okay, we're going to go all out. We're going to try to just go for fights. We're going to just try to get the kills, because that's where, again, like 400,000 is like an insane amount of money, right? Like, it's just so crazy. So that's where teams have to be careful. That's where teams have to be calculated. But look, we talk about calculations. We talk about the Mandelbrick. Look, and Mandelbrick does become available shortly after the match does start. And then once that Mandelbrick has been picked up, the squad has, you know, about 5 minutes to place it into the decoding station, or it's going to reset. Yeah. But once that Mandelbrick is placed at the decoding station, a 4-minute timer starts. That's when the action really starts to go unfolded, right? That's where everybody's just fighting for it. That's where it gets really chaotic. And then again, the Mandelbrick decoding station is interrupted by maybe another team, then that timer can actually reset, and then it actually does get reduced by 30 seconds. And then the absolute minimum that the decoding will go down to is a mid-end 30. So, like, that's a pretty significant amount of time that could happen if we get to that point. But and then the last thing is as well, if the squad decoding is eliminated during that decoding process, the countdown actually pauses. So that actually creates even another big, you know, bit of potentials and opportunities that could arise out of this whole thing. And that's what makes, again, this game type so exciting, because there's just so many things that can come out of this.
Oh yes, I mean, we've seen it oftentimes. Like, these 4 minutes can feel like a short time, but believe me, they make plays happen with just seconds left on that timer. There's no telling who's going to get away with it until the very last couple of seconds. It was it's just all kinds of exciting. And of course, these guys playing for what we're seeing here. Of course, today is the last chance qualifier, so no money on the line for today, but they want to make their way through the finals tomorrow so that they can take a bite of this prize pool.
Yeah, exactly. Again, like, when we kind of break it all down, like, the money is it's great, right? I mean, it's a nice little bit of a prize pool, like a $10,000 all in total, but as you can see, broken down. But that's not really important for this day right now, but it's kind of just giving you a little bit of the landscape of what's going to be coming out of potentially tomorrow, right? And that's where the teams make it through. But let's talk about the teams that got to here and now, because this is where we were mentioning, here's the 6 teams. You know, this is like where it gets down to that nitty gritty, and this is where we're in the last chance. We're meaning the top 2 teams that, you know, come out of this today get to go tomorrow. So this is, you know, these are the opponents they have to play against.
Exactly. These are the 4 teams that have already made their way on through to tomorrow's finals. As you can see, last 2 team slots open and available, and they're going to be going up against some pretty formidable opponents. I think a lot of you guys, with the limited esports scene that is Delta Force, a lot, I think, on the NA side of things, will know Inc. playing in the 2025 Global Invitational, and it's going to be tough, undoubtedly. But here you have the teams playing today, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't know these teams too well, but I am gonna lean back and I'm gonna just, you know, get my popcorn out and be ready to be impressed. I feel like that's gonna be my approach to the day.
No, me too. I mean, I think that's what makes it really exciting for both of us too, is that, like, again, like, it's a new game for us. It's really exciting for us to see, because we've also kind of taken that, again, EMEA play a certain way, but we also know that NA likes to play their own way as well. So that's what makes it really exciting too. Map rotation, pretty much the same thing, but there is a little bit of a change. But we are going to start on Zero Dam here, obviously for the air supply, and then we move to Brackish, which will be for the Mandelbrick. The one thing, Toby, that's really interesting that I think you guys were able to talk about at the EMEAs earlier was the fact in that third map, it's actually a different little bit of a selection process, where normally it wasn't this at all. It was actually right near the end of the process.
Yeah, exactly. So I like the fact that you throw in that last place gets to pick a little earlier. I did get it wrong earlier today. I said they could pick any map. That's not true. They can pick between either Tide Prison or Brackish. So I'm not sure if the players just hate Tide Prison or what it is, but at least now they get to choose whether they want to play that or if they want to go to Brackish. But with that all out of the way, we are headed in to game number 1. And as far as I can see here, everyone is actually opting to invest at least something into it. Everyone's playing purples outside of, I guess, Eclipse. Didn't get the memo, playing Blue Helmet instead. But a lot of teams investing quite heavily into this first round compared to what we saw in EMEA earlier today.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because, again, it always kind of begs the question of, like, how does a team want to approach, like, especially the first round in air supply, right? I mean, you can sometimes see where teams like to be a little conservative. Some teams might to kind of go like balls to the walls essentially and try to put a lot of investment into it. Seems like NA, they're not going to mess around. They're going to put a little bit of money where their mouth is. And look, I'm not even against it. I'm all for it. I think it makes it even for more an excitement of this first matchup. But ready to go. As you can see, the timer is gone. 18 minutes, and we're just at that 17:30 airdrop. Still about 4 minutes out, and you can already see the spawn points have been placed now. And Def has actually got themselves in a really good position right now.
Definitely have. They have got the start already going for that wall breaker mission. They want to go up. They want to get all the good loot up towards admin up in the dam itself. And issue is they've got DNA up there. Good thing for Qual is that, or Equal is, he's going to be able to run up, get joined up with his teammates before any proper fighting comes through. And I say it has gone down as well. So a lot of good pickups here for Def early on.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, and I mean, just for people again that aren't familiar, like we talk about those tier 1 spawns, right? I mean, that is again where you get it here. It doesn't mean you get it back to back, right? That's where it's an important thing.
Exactly.
It kind of always begs the question about, do you really want it on the first round on air supply? I think you could argue that if you want. I feel like I'd want it on the Mandelbrick first opening, in my opinion, just so that you can kind of get yourself in the right position.
I was trying to do the math earlier today on how many of the teams that got the tier 1 spawns on Mandelbrick rounds actually ended up winning those Mandelbrick rounds, and I'm not entirely sure, because there's a lot of fighting, a lot of commotion going on. Of course, it is nice having access to it early on, but that does by no means guarantee that you're going to be the one getting away with it. So maybe, who knows, maybe some teams actually do prioritize getting it in the air supply rounds, because that means you get closer to some of the nifty loot early on in the game. And as you can see here, Def and DNA, they're both on it. Issue is now they have to figure, do we share it or do we fight for it? And it seems to me like this is gonna be a stalemate at least for a little while longer.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of a stalemate, right? Everybody just kind of taking this slowly, and might be a little bit of potential fight that's coming through here from you can see from DNA and potentially even from DF, or I'm gonna call him Def, but either way, I mean, it always kind of begs the question of like how fast you want to go for these fights. And again, that's where I always get curious, because I mean, I know last year there was like, we got to see, I think the first opening round were in the NA, you know, circuit as well, as that like Zero Down was nuts. Like it was just
That's a great flash up though. That's completely blinded off of that one. Get the knock. Initial falling down, 1 down, make it 2 down already. Def going aggressive with this one, despite their name. No defensive playing whatsoever. Gonna sprint further forward. Now it's up to Zelda to try and get to safety. Issue is linking there to help you, my man. So you're on your own.
Yeah, that's huge, man. We were just talking about, again, like, you know, taking it a little bit slow. Not even the case at all. So Def are actually coming out with a massive swing, able to take down 2 already from DNA, which is huge. But I mean, this is a question for what Zelda wants to do. Now already getting hunted. This is not good, and this is just going to be his demise. And there it is. Equal just able to find this easy duel. So DNA already out. 3 X's marks the spot. They are done here on this map, man. That is huge from Def. Look at like how much money they've been able to grab too. We talked about that 400K. Not bad at all.
Not bad whatsoever. Not bad whatsoever. And of course, keep in mind that you got to be swift with these fights. You can see already now on the map, Evo, they are creeping in. Had this fight stalled for just a little while longer, maybe a kill had gone the other way as well. Like, your reset period is so short because other teams are pouncing on you as soon as they can, hearing shots like this at a distance. So you have Evo coming in on the western side. You have AP, Anyone's Legend, coming in on the east as well, trying to collapse down towards this admin area.
Yeah, as you can already see, 1.6, man, like that's just absolutely huge. Like 1.2, so yeah, we already got 2 teams in the millions already, so looking pretty good. A little bit of an overload is going to be activated, so we'll see what's commenced out of this. And you can see that actually, I think it's, is that Evo? Is that one of the Evo players? Am I crazy? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're holding this one tight. Able to get the first one. Farmer Lucas. What a nice name. Just sounds like a nice guy. Unfortunately for him, he's out on his knees. He wants to get back up and active in this fight, but not happening anytime soon. There comes the bird through the window to try and make something more happen. Evo, do you go aggressive off this or not? You have the knock, but with the time gone by already, I think maybe they're expecting him to have gotten back on his feet already. Issue is, Anyone's Legend is coming on the east. You can see them with the yellow indicators there in the distance. So do you aggress over this, or now that time's gone past, do you go back to stalling once more?
Yeah, and I'm kind of glad that for Evo's sake, too, they kind of waited out a little bit, because I was thinking they were playing a couple 1v1s in some situation. You can see that Widows is kind of just sitting by themselves, but now there's Phantom is well joined in, but is that going to be enough? No, Eclipse needs to do something big. Low HP, a reload comes in, able to find it as well, so not bad at all. 3 down here from Def, and all of a sudden, Evo, they make some magic happen early in this game.
Eclipse with the 3-piece, what a sick hold. from him individually there. The downside is anyone's legends close. The upside is this happens so fast that anyone's legends like, wait, we were supposed to push an ongoing fight. Now the fight is over before we even get here.
This is what I was talking about with the NA stuff. Like, I mean, I'm biased because I'm from NA, obviously, but I'm like, man, from what I knew, I was like, it seems like teams really like to get in pretty aggressive, like not too long into the game.
And look at the map down away from admin. We are on the southern side. This is where the airdrop just got in, and DM and AL, they're on here, both of them. Now we get the swarm come forward. It's gonna make it hard for them to really get a whole lot going. Like Bullets is on his own inside that container, needs to get back to safety. They have gotten the loot off of the airdrop, and I think DM realizing that this was contested means that they're probably gonna back off. But that's the first airdrop. That's the chill airdrop. The second one is gonna be the one with the all-beloved AWM, where yes, it's a great gun, but each bullet is also worth 50,000. So so that's the one that these teams would really want to get their hands on in the next, I believe, just under a minute.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's like, you know, you sometimes see those situations too where teams are kind of like almost, I don't want to say lucky, but maybe even a calculation about getting the air supply. But in this case, you have two teams that are essentially going head to head. They're kind of fighting this out. Gets a little bit awkward, but you could see that kind of shifts away a little bit. And, you know, AL and DM, they kind of just put themselves in different positions, and that's going to go here for AL. So not bad. They got themselves about 1.5. So looking tied up with AP as well. And we still got that 10:45 remaining in this, and another airdrop is about to drop in, what, about 10 seconds too. So
yeah, it's come down real soon.
Seems like we just talked about the airdrop. Just coming down.
Exactly. The next one's already coming in. Well, we'll see what's going to happen with it. It's being prepared. Now it's been announced where it's going to be. It's going to be just north of the substation, in between admin and major substation. So that's where I think a lot of eyeballs are going to go, and maybe enough eyeballs are going to go that this fight's going to come to a close prior. Oof, good info garnered there from AL, spotting all three making their way up towards the substation itself.
Yeah, it seems like even for DM and AL right now, I mean, they're kind of the ones that are, you know, going head to head here on the bottom of the map. So this is on the south side of substation, like you were saying. So this is where they're having their own little bit of a rendezvous. And then you also have, you know, for AP to be able to get themselves potentially, I mean, this airdrop up for grabs if they want. Evo is the other closest team near them, but now you got blue versus purple. And it's about just this action to come through right now.
Oh, this is going to be a full-on fight come through. You get the Shepard ult in early on to try and slow things down. It is going to allow for them to try and reposition. More util being used here to try and keep them at bay. Little do they know that while they're fighting for who gets the right to go claim the airdrop, well, anyone's legend is effectively just chilling, moving forward, potentially take it for themselves. Let's see here, though. What do they do with this? Once again, Swarm comes through, hitting all three of them. They got to make a play on this, surely.
Yeah, they got to do it now, right? I mean, the utility's just getting burned already, so they got to just do something with this, you would think. Because look at all AL players are just right behind the box. Oh, Crab, he's trying to do something big, but he's by himself behind this rock, goes for a swing.
One down, two down.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, there it is. You just got players dropping like flies, and DM is going to be able to prevail in that situation, so not bad. We have 3 teams eliminated already here, Toby.
Yep.
This is wild.
An incredibly clean push there from DM, understanding exactly where they had all their opponents, kind of like hurting them all in behind that same one box. Takes them down with it as well. As we see here, AP do get themselves the AWP. I guess that's fitting for their name, but they're not safe yet. Evo is set on the outside looking in here, and they are wanting to try and claim this this beast of a gun.
Well, especially how like Evo been playing too, right? I mean, they've been definitely trying to make a bit of a statement going for these gunfights. We talked a lot about that, so it's another head-to-head. It's really like DM right now that are kind of sitting in the good spot where they don't have to go for an engagement if they don't want to, but it does try to make a little bit of a teaser, just some damage. Nothing crazy, but they got some intel at least.
Yeah, still plenty of time left in the round as well, considering, I mean, if all of DM ups to extract now, which it looks like they might... no, actually, scratch that. They might have stuck around. I was going to say, if they all stay, then there's something interesting to fight for. If not, then we're at an 8-minute mark, and only 2 teams left. That'd be kind of interesting.
Yeah, and I guess the other thing, too, like, I kind of take away from this is the fact of, like, when you have the the AWM, it's like, do you want to keep it? Do you want to like preserve this, or do you want to kind of bring it into the fight? Normally, I feel like from what I've been able to see is most teams, they have that one player kind of get, you know, to the extraction point, kind of get out of there, save it for the late portion of the game. But it kind of feels like they're just staying true to a, you know, a bit of a brute force, a bit of a unit, right? So that's what's kind of a bit of an interesting strategy that I'm kind of taking away from this, just considering how valuable it is. Because again, you can't buy it. It's all about the supply drops, right? So that's where it's so important.
Yeah, and not only not buy the weapon, but you also can't get ammo for it. So you gotta be very conservative with when you up to shoot. It doesn't matter that you run around with it if you're not going to be able to take anyone out with it. So I think Evo, only seeing the one behind the container outside and realizing we don't have the proper info that we need, our ults are all down. Let's back off. Let's play it safe. We still got plenty of money on us, and from what we've been able to get through admin as well, we should be good. And I think AP as well starting to realize, wait, they might actually have backed off here. We should be all right. And I'm curious now to see DM. I think DM thought they were gonna get more. That's why they started the extract. That's why they. Like, as soon as they took out anyone's legend, they're like, yeah, we're going to get all that they had, and then we're going to leave. And they're like, wait, they didn't have anything. So so they're going to stay on the server to try and see if they can get some more. In the meantime, down in the wall breaker side of things, are they going to actually open it here? Yes, they are. A lot of good valuables potentially inside this vault. We'll see what they come out with.
Wow, that is so sick. From Phantom right now, like all this camera work, man. Like, this is nuts, yeah. A little bit of the sneaky beaky one to just get some good intel. And there we go. Should be able to open up the safe here momentarily. But yeah, this is, again, some extra coin that could be grabbed up here for just building up the loot and just kind of getting that value added. But time is getting low, though. I mean, we're still at a minute, or 5 minutes and 40, sorry, I should be saying. But a little bit of time that you can work with in here, so just to see what you'd be able to find.
Yep, sprint around, get as much as you can, as fast as you can. Got to go to the back wall, got to open all these safes, got to see what you can claim with it. Another golden watch, another 200,000 in the pocket. We'll see what more they can get, if they get anything more. Because, well, all this is going down, as you can see. AP are creeping ever so much closer. And again, keep in mind, we are on a previous patch, so all of the latest zero dam changes here on this elevator extract are not in just yet. So there's only 2 entry points to this extract. It's through this right here, through the vents, or through the main gate. No small side room on this server.
Yeah, this is tight. This is awful right now for Evo too, because AP I should say are in a great position because they're pretty much just waiting for them. Like now it's about Evo. Yeah, they just got to be calculated here. They have to be able to land something huge. Like either you go for a massive swing, you hit a massive shot, or somehow you get your utility to land perfectly to create that smallest little bit of an opening. But they're going to have to just kind of time this as best as they can with the extraction, as close as they can, and just kind of hop in and hope they get the heck out of there.
Yeah, it's going to be tight, no doubt about it. Also, it's Evo who, you know, pulled the lever on this one. They were expecting to go up, get the loot, get to leave, but AP, of course, hearing that the extract was activated, they'll just go up and sit here and go, well, if you want to extract, it's going to be with us. We're going to be down here ready and waiting. So we'll see if it's going to kind of turn into a fight, or if it's just going to be them smoking off the entire event and trying to jump into extract last second. But undoubtedly, it's going to be a close one. And then on the other side of that, DM have still got Peaky just casually solo roaming admin. I don't know if he's just looking for any extra loot there might be, but as you can see, C-Bots already leaving, Crap leaving as well. They have extracted their first 2 to extract in this game. Everyone else gone down.
Yeah, 2 gone, and then just leaving the 1, so very, very interesting. But Phantom just kind of getting a little bit of a bird's eye view again, just kind of scoping things out as much as possible, but man, it's going to be, I'm just, again, begging the question of what happens here with these last couple of minutes, because, again, if both these teams get out of this, like, this is, again, like, we talk about what they've been able to gain, it's been decent, right? Like, it's been some good money built up.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. The only thing is, if you don't extract here in your Evo, I mean, you only really have time to run to the zip line extract up on the right side, and that's, I believe, the no backpack extract, which would mean that they're going to be leaving with quite a bit less than what they would have otherwise had. But let's see, still 50 seconds to go until that extract is going to be committed to. They have opted to wrap 2 players around, and again, no third entry to this. It's either out through the main gate or through the vent. This is going to be a full-on fight. with the way that
this
this
is
one's
crazy.
going up.
Well, yeah, now you got to clear different angles. You have no idea which one you want to check, right? Like it seems like everybody's just checking the vent now in 25 seconds here for the extraction.
Who's holding
Things are
what?
getting tight.
Phantom is getting up close. He doesn't have any util to work with, as you can see. So it's going to be all about the timing. When does he have to swing this one? 15 seconds left to work with. They know approximately where they have their opponent's spot one down below. Now they know that's one in the vents. 10 seconds left and counting.
Yeah, there's still just under 10 remaining. A shot missed. That's not going to be good, but maybe now AP finally load up the feed, and they're able to take down Evo. Oh my.
And they
oh my.
extract.
Oh my. I know. Oh my goodness.
That
is unreal.
This was an interesting last second thing because I thought maybe one of them just sprints off of the extract because there was quite a bit of value on the Evo players that will now go lost. I thought maybe one of them would try and jump off and effectively do what Peaky is doing here, run for an isolated extract, but I think they were satisfied with staying alive, all three of them, guaranteed. Of course, they don't know exactly how many is going to be left on the server to go up against them. So up the toll, stay up the toll, leave, and just let that Evo loot stay on 0 dam effectively.
I mean, it's a good effort, though, right? I mean, you got to give it to Evo for the attempt. They were not in the best position in the world. I mean, they had a really tight, bit of a corridor they had to go through. So I felt like Phantom, the timing was just like, in my opinion, a little bit off. Like, it was so unfortunate he wasn't being able to get that kill when the player was on the ramp, kind of running backwards to the extraction. I felt like if he could have got that kill, that really could have, put the thorn in the sides a little bit. I think AP would have been sweating a lot harder on that one, in my opinion. So
definitely.
It's kind of like damned if you do, damned if you don't. But either way, like we get AP out fully, and now everybody from DM too. So we only had 2 teams, right?
I mean, the fact that DM is actually the team to come out victorious in this game is kind of fun to me. Because yes, they do take out anyone's legend on the southern side, fighting over that initial air supply, but other than that, they were kind of chilling. They were kind of going, do we want to aggress or not? And then on the opposite side of that, up in admin, you have 4 teams just sprawling it out, of neither of them really come out with a whole lot to show for. So kind of a fun end of that one, showing that it's not always just brute force that's going to get you to the top.
Yeah, and that's where like the game mode is still really fun and exciting, right? Because we talk about teams looting and getting money and building things up the long term, but it's also about how do teams actually want to approach it. Do they want to go for the fights? Do they want to get in their face? And we got to see that many different situations where we got to see on the top end of the map, we got to see on the very bottom with the first airdrop. Man, it was great. There was a lot of good action to this one. I know I've seen kind of mixed results from both regions where sometimes both teams, or all teams I should say, are kind of just looting and everyone's just playing insanely passive. Not the case here at all here to
Not at all
for the first NA game.
Also a nice, I guess we can call it last showcasing of, I mean, obviously there's going to be more chances tomorrow, but a nice last showcasing of that 0 dam extract area, because it has, as people will know that go in and play the game now, it has been changed, not drastically, but it's made a little more open, a little easier to try and push in. So unfortunately for Evo trying to make the play happen, it has not been added yet, and therefore they fell. Maybe not the only reason, but they do fall. And here we see DM and Esport chilling for quite a bit of the time, taking out anyone's legend, but outside of that, coming out victorious with 3.5 mil.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that they get 3.5, just under 3.6 mil, essentially. And then it's funny because every other team, essentially, minus, for AL and DNA, everybody got 3 kills. Yeah. So, like, that's where the money still was a little bit built up. But obviously, for DM, like, these guys were really sitting pretty. They put themselves in a great position, as you can see here, having, 6 assists and doing quite a bit of damage. But also just getting all that coin is going to add so much going into this. And a little bit more of the breakdown of the players, too, which is pretty cool.
Definitely. A nice even split among the 3, each taking, I mean, I guess there's a little more in C-bots than Peaky, but still, nevertheless, good job on all of them to extract with what they were able to do. And also, I got to give another shout out to AP, how they were the ones being engaged upon, despite being the ones that got the AWP. They back off, and then they're the ones making the counterplay on the extract attempt, because it's Evo that goes in and activates it, but they then kind of, just sneak in behind them, say, you can go to the extract, we're already sitting here ready and waiting, and they come out victorious because of it. So smart little counter strat in the end of the game there from them.
Yeah, it really was. And I think there was some really good highlights that we got to able to see out of that game, and that's what, again, makes it so exciting for this one. But I love the fact that we see, like, the team like DM putting themselves in the position where we didn't really consider them in the beginning, and then all of a sudden things change up, and now they're the number one in terms of points. Like, they're actually sitting in a great position going in to the first, Mandelbrück round.
Definitely. Well, if you guys watching really like what you saw, maybe even better, if you thought I could do better than that, make sure to sign up because I guess this weekend we can kind of call the, what should we say, the warm-up to the World League proper coming in July. So if you think you're better than these guys, which there's a good chance you're probably not, but if you think you are, make sure to sign up. The open qualifiers are open for registration now. Hop on in, get signed on up, and maybe you'll have the likes of Laz and I to cast your games moving forward.
That is true. That could be a possibility. Yeah, and honestly, the more teams that participate, the better, right? Because we talked about even just getting into this. Like, I think it was about 21 teams, and now we're getting down to the nitty gritty, and we're talking about 6 that could be at this point.
Exactly.
So maybe you could be a part of that team. I don't know. But either way, we're going to stop rambling here for a few minutes. We're going to take a couple-minute break as we get ready to go for the Mandelbrück round, moving into the second. So we'll see you in just a little bit.
Warning. Control system compromised.
You want to know how freedom is made? Patience. Violence. Struggle. Evolution. Transformation. Combat. Liberation.
Take Subject 42 alive.
Okay, we're back. I promised a short break, and we fulfilled that promise. We're here for the Global League, here for the Americas in 2026. My name is Laz again, and I'm here with Toby. And look, we finished round one. It was very exciting. We got to see a lot of good action here for Zerodam, and now we get to finally move over here for Brackish, which, I mean, is the Mandelbrück round, which I am excited for, especially for this region.
Is it wrong to say that we get to take your Mandelbrück virginity from a casting perspective now? Because it really is. I mean, I I've casted a lot of different esports, and I think very few things compare to the like having that countdown timer on screen, seeing it go below 10 seconds, see 3-4 teams vie to try and go in and claim it all at the same time, just stumbling over one another, and in the end, neither of them getting it. Like, there's a certain level of hype to these Mantle Break rounds that very few other games can really replicate.
Yeah, it's true. No, it really was exciting, right? And I guess you are right. It is, my first time, so this is very exciting to be a part of it. Being able to watch it, that's totally one thing, but actually doing it, behind the desk and kind of doing it, a little bit different. But I'm excited. I mean, I think it'll be a good map. I think it'll be a good way to see how things can pan out as we bring up the map rotation one more time. And again, we are moving to Brackish. I mean, the one thing we did get to really briefly talk about, and is that round 3 where the last place gets to choose a little bit, which I actually think that's quite interesting, right? Because it just kind of makes a slight little bit of a flavor change. It just kind of adds a little bit more spice to your meal, if you like that.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate it. I am hoping that we get to see Tide Prison, just because we didn't earlier today in EMEA. We got back-to-back Brackish instead. But I'm also curious for the reasoning behind this. I'd have to ask some in the pro scene as to why is it that they don't want to play Tide Prison. I know it's the like one of the harder maps to play. Maybe there's a certain extra element of RNG in it as well. But we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. Of course, it is going to be the last place team by the time we get to round 3. That's going to be the ones to decide whether we play one or the other. But before we get to that, it is Brackish and it is Mantle Brigarinos, which is yeah, no, it's going to be hype, no doubt about it. It's going to be absolutely insane.
Yeah, and I think it's, for me too, it just comes down to like spawn points. I mean, I think that's probably like the nerd of me, just like waiting to see who's going to be at which spawn and who's going to be able to get it. Because when you talk about like Tower of Babel, like, I mean, I feel like it's always like a really strong position because you can loot really well. You can still have a really strong position. You're kind of in a funny spot where like if you want to leave, you could get caught on many different angles. But I really do think, in my opinion, it's a pretty strong position to be in. So I am kind of curious, and we got to see some of those T1 spawns, previously, but now it's not going to be a back-to-back. We'll have to see a little bit differently.
Exactly. And actually, I mean, there was some interesting strategy put into use earlier today in EMEA. We had one of the teams that got absolutely dominated in Zero Dam. They literally got out with nothing off of that first game. They knew everyone now, because everyone else got something, not a lot, but something. They knew that everyone in that first round is going to go obviously fight for the Mantle Break, because you want to have that win con very early on. Like, if you can get match point after round 2, you're golden. Them realizing this, going, well, we got nothing in the first one, so we're just going to let them take care of the Mantle Break, and while doing so, we'll play this as another air supply round effectively. They got off. I mean, they ended up dying in the end, so they didn't really get anything with it. But up until the point where they died, they were able to get like 7.8 million in the bag just because no one was contesting them on any of the loot. Everyone was eyeing that Mantle Break so hard that they got to roam the entire map just looting. The fact that they then went out and died in the end was kind of silly, I think. But had they just committed to that strategy, it could have been very fruitful. So we'll see if anyone else is going to up to try and do something similar in this one, saying, you know what, we want the Mantle Break, but since no one can technically win in round 2 anyway, we might be all right trying to actually just play for money this round instead.
Yeah, and that's where I think, again, it gets, we both have been kind of, venting a little bit about this, but that's what, again, makes it kind of interesting, because you just never know the depths of the strategies of what teams want to do. Like, what do they really want to go for, right? Because you do see sometimes where teams might really heavily invest, where, like, even right now, we see a couple of gold armors, we see a lot of purples. So that kind of gives a big indication of, like, okay, do we want to be the first team to fight for the Mantle Break? Maybe, maybe not. That's where, I'm excited to see what's going to happen out of this. But it looks like we're going to get right into it.
I mean, look at the difference in this. As you said, AP coming in with full golds. And then on the other side of that, I believe it was DNA. They're coming in. 2 of the players don't even have a West on. So it's very, very big difference in what people are wielding come this first game. Now, AP and DM are going to be the ones close to the Royal Museum. That is where the Mantle Break is going to spawn. You can see it on map in 30 seconds. It's going to be there, and they're fighting for it already. AP able to get the first one down again. The golden ammo, it shreds DM, and I think they might have been caught by surprise. Oh, not golden ammo, so just purple. But even then, with the golden vests and helmet that they have, they're going to be good for this fight for sure.
A little bit of damage getting done here, so this is a good positioning that's in from DM right now, kind of again just in the sense of having the high ground, but you have a teammate down. That's not going to be easy. So you think you have a little bit of an advantage. Oh man, Crab just catching a lot of damage, but oh man, hey, look at that AP. They don't mess around. They get so quick on it and easily just finding these duels one more time. Oh no.
But look at the map.
This is just
Look at the map. Everyone hearing these shots going, oh, there's a wounded team here for the taking. We will happily try and engage in this. There's a big guy come walking around the corner, though the AI can be scary, especially when you're this close. And here they come, Evo, trying to see if they can get a piece of the pie, sending the bird on in. Raptor spots 2, make it 3. Do they opt to aggress? I think they saw one getting rest, so they should know that they're not fully back on their feet yet. But now they're hearing them all roaming around. I think they're going to slow down for a bit.
Yeah, a little bit of a pause, a little bit of a breather, right? Just kind of take a small breath, just kind of wait things out a little bit. Now just waiting for Phantom to maybe go for a little bit of a swing eventually here, but just some quick little easy kills on the bots. Nothing too crazy, but I mean, you still have, again, you have Evo close on this. You also have AP right on the other side of this. So this is where, again, this Molly's going to kind of slow things down just a little bit. Good timing. But this is where, you know, 171,000 picked up. Not bad at all, but from DNA.
That's all right. A little caveat to start off the round, you know. I mean, compare that. Like, combine that with the champagne bottle, and you got yourself a party.
Oh, man, that Molly. Are they able to escape this? This
stuck
sucks.
in this corner. They have to make a jump for it. AP gone down already. Eclipse able to find him. Both of them gone down. And just like that, this is the thing. The two teams with the tier 1 spawns both just got thrown off the map in a matter of, what, the first 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, and again, man, it just feels like Evo are really just trying to make a statement. I feel like they're going in for a lot of these, like, really fun gunfights. They're just going in. They're using their utility so well. Like, the Molly's just getting thrown, and it just feels like, again, really tight positionings that the teams are going against them, and you just love to see it. It feels like a lot of good calculation from these guys as well. Like, it doesn't seem like, you know, they're not just running in and just kind of, like, bravehearting it. No, they actually have a lot of coordination in this, and they've been pretty much able to take it pretty much with ease.
I mean, this is insane. AP invested everything into this. They came in with golds galore. They're down before the round was practically even started. Look at Evo now set at almost 5 mil. They have anyone's legend creeping in. I say creeping in. They're all prone in an office. So, well, I guess creeping, but not so much in. They're just creeping. They're sat here. And in the meantime, as we talked about before, strategies might be a bit different here in round 2. I mean, DNA have done nothing to try and fight for the center. And you have Dev on the southern side doing the exact same thing, saying, well, if you're going to give us the tower all to ourselves, we will happily just loot. And then who knows, maybe come mid-game, we'll try and see what's happening up towards the center. But no one's even opted to try and take the mantle brick yet. It's the teams that are playing this very slow might actually just be rewarded.
Yeah, it kind of feels like everybody's just waiting for that one team to go like, okay, we'll do it. We'll actually try to go for it. But everyone's kind of, you know, on the edge of their seats waiting to see who's going to be the first to go for it. And it's kind of it's a good tactic too, right? You kind of use it as a little bit of a bait and switch in a sense of like, okay, we're going to be ready to attack them, ready when they grab it. But Evo, they say, yeah, I'm going to use my smokes. I'm going to get on out of here. So Eclipse is able to pick it up, go for a nice little bit of a jog. So this is, again, where they have that, you know, just under 5 minutes. They got to get to the decoding station. That's going to be step number 2.
Which station do they opt to play for, though? I know this one is the closer one, but that's not always the case that it's going to be the best one to go for. It seems like that is going to be the one committed to, though. We'll see if they end up being able to bring it all home or not. As now 4 minutes on the timer, counting down. Def, what do they have? 1.6, so not too much in the back just yet. Evo, though, with plenty of money made in this round. And for AL, anyone's legend, with how passive they wait. Whoa, a 6.8 mil pickup. That is gigantic.
Man, I was just looking over on the left too, right? And I was like, 8.6, and I was like, what? And then I had to look on the right, and I'm like, wow, okay, my eyes were not deceiving me. Like, that is insane.
Wow.
That is where you talk about money being grabbed. Okay, they're sitting on bricks of cash right now, so this is not a bad situation
It is, of course, a 2x3, so it takes up a lot of space, but that armored vehicle battery, my, oh my. That item alone is worth more than anyone got out with in the entire previous game.
Yeah. That's a really good point to bring up because it really is.
But it also means that now you got to really consider, wait, that's worth a lot. Do we leave Do we maybe just have the one guy that has that one, put it in the safe box, you know, have everyone give him their most valuable things, and then that person extracts alone, and then the remaining two try and fight for something? Or do they say, well, it's in the safe box, so we're going to get it anyway? Do we now try and contest for the mantle brick that now that we've secured 6.8 million guaranteed, regardless of whether we survive or not?
Yeah, it begs a lot of big questions, doesn't it? Still 2 minutes, just over 2 minutes here for the coding still for Evo. So this is where, again, now teams, like what I got to see a lot back in EMEA as well, not today, but like in the past, is that, you know, some teams say a lot of respect. They kind of play it slow. I just don't know. I can't imagine that's going to be the same case here, right? I mean, for the Americas, you would think that these guys are going to be like, okay, when do we want to go? We have to make sure we give ourselves some time for the variables, you know, like other teams going for this and other, you know, chaotic fights that are going to happen. So it's got to happen pretty quick, you would think, but...
Yeah. Well, 1 minute 30 on the timer. The other teams are now starting to look for this. I think after finding that, they know for sure we're just going to go for it. We've already guaranteed our money for the next round anyway. And guaranteed that, saying even more, they got almost 9 mil in this round already. They're going to go for this decoding.
Yeah, okay, this is not bad. I mean, they're just trying to go all in, right? They're trying to get all the money. They're trying to get, you know...
They want everything. Sure.
I mean, why not? Just do it all, you know? Just go in. Just put it all in red, I guess, right? I mean, that's what they want to do in this kind of a situation.
I mean, there's literally no reason not to. They got so much money guaranteed off of this round now that they might as well throw it all in there. We'll see if they get it or not. 1 minute on the timer as Evo managed to isolate them with the incendiary.
Oh, that's so important, right? That's where, you know, you and I were kind of nerding out a little bit, just saying, like, look, when you kind of use that utility and kind of these effects, it can create a little bit more timing, which is huge, because that, you know, incendiary, just now look at death. Like, they now have to get going. You have 40 seconds to get this done. Otherwise, it's going to be Evo that be able to find themselves that mantle brick.
Exactly. We'll see if they get it or not. They volley on forward. It's also about a lot of trying to bait the util out of your opponents. We saw it earlier today where you throw one smoke in, kind of faking that you're going for the decoding steal, and then you let them use all their util to then run in with the second smoke come through right thereafter. But we're down to 15 seconds. Is Evo actually going to be given this? I think Dev is... Yeah, you know what? I think they might. AL has done nothing to try and contest. They've probably still thrown in that office if we go back and look at them. And off of the big money they just made, Dev is like, you know what? There's more rounds to be played. We might not have gotten the mantle brick, but we'll be all right. So first mantle brick will be taken by Evo. And now we have the AI copter in the sky trying to wreak havoc as well.
Well, it's funny, too. We were talking about, like, you know, is this really the right position? And we were kind of questioning it just a little bit, right? Like, Evo's like, yeah, no, we're just going to go for it. We're just going to get into museum. We're not going to mess around. We're just going to get this done. It'll be fine. And really, they didn't have to break much of a sweat in this. They kind of used some, you know, incendiaries. They kind of just blocked off that one quarter that you could see that Def was essentially ready to go for. So I think, again, just timing that utility was absolutely picture perfect that we got to see from Evo. So I think that really did create the conversation for Def to say, look, throw the white flag in. I think we just let them have it. We'll take this money away. Who cares? We, like you said, plenty more games to go through.
I think we would have seen a different fight had it not been because they've got such a valuable item on the down in the tower.
Absolutely.
They would have probably dared to commit a bit more, feeling like they needed something more out of the round. As we see here, the helicopter not making extraction easy, as it keeps them tied. And DNA, of course, I mean, they came into this round with practically nothing. They haven't really fought anyone either. They'll just continue looting. They haven't gotten too much. They're only 1.3 over the end of this one. We'll see if they end up fighting a bit extra in the end of it, or if they just kind of say, you know what, we got what we could off of this. We'll be fine for the next round. What is AL's plan here? They come in. They effectively, it looked like they pushed for mantle brick early on, and now they're hiding for exit frags. But I'm not sure I know exactly what anyone's Legends plan is.
Yeah, I've been kind of pondering that, to be honest. I was thinking, like, what is the game plan here? Like, what do you want to do? I mean, again, let's not forget that they're, you know, the money they were able to get in the first round, it really wasn't that great. It was like about 507,000. So really, it was pretty low. So it's like for them to, like, do they just want to time this, go for the fight, get these kills? You know, maybe able to pick up something big here. Maybe. I mean, they know that, you know, the mana brick's gone, so it's already out of the equation. But you know, maybe just go for the gunfight, see what they can be able to do. I mean, these guys are pretty much like right by each other. So this is, again, where theoretically you would think that they're going to go for that engagement, but...
You would imagine, because, I mean, for anyone's legend, they haven't really earned anything in this round yet. They're still set at sub 1 million. And, of course, I mean, they have what they brought in. So if you die, you lose that, which would suck, surely. But I feel like if they don't go for something in this round, because everything is being looted while they're sat there hiding, waiting for something I don't know what is, especially now that the mantle break is gone. I thought they were just waiting, you know, for like a 1 minute timer and then going all in for it. But since they're not even going for that, I'm like, so what exactly? Like, if you don't get the mantle break and you don't get loot, is there a third objective in the game that I'm not aware of?
What do they know that we don't, right? I mean,
yeah, exactly.
Oh boy,
I'm not
sure. And that's always, I know, and that's always what, like, you know, it's so fun to watch these players too, because again, just some of the creativity and some of the ideas that they can come up with, and like little gimmicks and things at times. Yeah, we always get to learn something too. I don't think there's a third objective. Don't worry, but I'm just needing
so
like
either.
I'm still begging the question of like, what are we seeing here too? Because even Def kind of just, again, they have a little bit of a triangle approach on this and kind of, you know, covering different bases right now in the position that they're in. And then you kind of have Evo kind of just still sitting in museum, and AL's right there too. So, and DNA has been quiet, right? I mean, they've been just getting loot. They're just grabbing cash. They're just kind of, they're big chilling right now. They're feeling good.
Definitely. Definitely. See, chat is caught up to us now as well with the delay, all wondering, like, why is no one going for the mantle break? Do they not realize that that's the most important thing in this? Well, I guess not. Extract now available. They have opted to set it up for outside, so in 4 minutes, it's going to be on. But look at Def's position. They're just waiting.
Yeah.
Waiting for anyone to come try and get out through there.
I do like it, though. It is a little risky, obviously, for them, but I think it is pretty sick, though, because they might be able to catch the timing on this, too.
For sure, for sure.
Just under 5 minutes still left for the game. We still have, you know, we still got 4 teams that are still here. In,
wait, AL is doing something?
Oh, okay, now they are.
What?
Better late than never.
They do have the W button on the keyboard. I wasn't aware. I thought it was only S and crouch. Okay, fair enough. Well,
they were
let's
just
see if they
charging.
can get something done here.
There's not charging the peripherals.
There's a lot to be stolen. Obviously, you can't steal the mantle break. That'd be kind of insane after it's been decoded. So that's guaranteed for Evo in this round. But a lot of valuables that could potentially be taken away should anyone's legend be able to get some kills with this. Here comes Def. They want to engage in this as well. They find the first.
Nice.
They the second as well.
Oh man, Def. I mean, they instead they don't want to kind of wait back. They actually decide to go into this little bit of chaos too. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is chaotic. This is nuts. Everybody's here for the gunfights.
Every single team left on the server saying, you know what, we waited long enough. There's only 4 minutes left in this one. There's only one extract we really care to try and take. Let's try and claim it now with the last couple of seconds in the round. What an insane turn of events. No one's opting to fight one another, and all of a sudden now all 4 teams are sat right next to each other.
Yeah, and like DNA, I was talking about they're chilling, you know, they're just hanging out. No, they were like, yeah, like you said, everybody's here for the party. Everybody was like, you know what? I am going to show up. I am going to be here, and why not? I mean, time's getting low, but, you know, seems to be just better late than never to go for these fights. And AL's already down to the 2, and I mean, see if they might be able to find something out of this. But again, these teams still have 3 up.
Yeah, only anyone's legend really taking casualties off of that first one. Evo do manage to get the 3rd back on their feet again, and yet another kind of stall in the fight here. For Def, they're just going to continue to play this outside. They know that they're on the side of the building where the extract is, so they'll happily sit down here. 1:30 still though to go until it pulls. So many other teams could potentially try and go for it. Actually, I think DNA, if you look at the map feed, DNA is trying to flank all the way around the museum itself and try and contest for it on the southern side.
Yeah, exactly. And Def's kind of just waiting on top of that one extraction like we were talking about. But DNA, they're trying to take the little bit of a backdoor approach maybe on this.
Yeah.
So you can see DNA on the right-hand side. AL's kind of just still seated here into museum. So Evo, maybe that timing. Oh, man, the light bullets. Needs to get some kills, though. Not able to find it, but a little bit of damage inflicted. Not bad, but needs to find a little bit more.
Remember, they are down to 2. So anyone's let you now try to back off. Issues, they're running straight into the open arms of Evo on the other side of this. If they try to run out in that direction. Timer running down. Just 45 on the extract on the southern side. The DNA find one. That's Farmer Luke one down 1-4. They know they have them all set just around here.
Ooh, and actually, Def's got one of their plays down as well. So, this farmer Lucas.
They do manage to find one in return, though. So, can they actually go for the res? Oh, this is dangerous.
It is dangerous. I was just going to say, I feel like it's one of those situations you're like, look, man, I think you might have to be the sacrificial lamb on this one, honestly. We got to bait you a little bit.
Evo is coming in now as well, though. Everyone's eyeing this extract here. Of course, they can technically extract together, but you wouldn't want to have that at all. DNA swinging the corner. That's January finding one. Zelda finding one as well.
4 seconds.
Evo comes around the side finding one of their own, so everyone's fighting on the other side. There is the extract, and it's going to be 2 of Def able to get out of here. I don't think anyone else was able to join. No, Evo wasn't there, and DNA not either.
Oh boy. Well, I think the sacrifice is probably going to be worth it here for Def, right? I mean, that was very well worth it. You have to, like, that's just that call where it's like, look, just go. Like, don't even hesitate. Don't even question it. Just do it. I mean, that time was so close. I mean, we were down to like, what, 2 seconds, and they were able to get in there in time. So,
I mean, they get out of here. It was almost 9 million. That is a round gone exactly what they were hoping for. Maybe even better than what they were. I mean, I guess the only like cream on top of the cake would have been to get the mantle brick as well, but that's maybe asking too much.
Exactly.
I mean, it almost happened.
Almost.
And now 30 seconds left. What do you do here? Try and see if you can get a kill or two, maybe steal some valuables that aren't already in the safe boxes. But outside of that, I feel like this is stalemate territory. And again, I gotta wonder, anyone's legend. I feel like they were too passive. They were expecting other teams to kind of do the heavy lifting for them too much, and in the end, folding because of it. Nice little jump shot there from Phantom, able to get Social Legend down, and yeah, 5 seconds left, can't even get the looting in time. Almost gets the second. Evo, oh, gotta crawl to safety. You could technically, nope, not gonna happen. There it is. Game over. Round over, and sure, Evo gets the mantle break, but the 8.8 million in the back for Def, that's gonna bake too.
Oh man, yeah, good payday as well for them. But yeah, a lot of teams actually still go down in all through the thick and thin of that whole entire situation. And yeah, I agree. Like, I feel like AL, I'm not really sure what their game plan was. It felt like it was very passive. A lot of respect on that one. I was kind of expecting and so much anticipation for them to go for a big swing onto Evo, and they're like, hey, we're getting some payback. We're gonna take you guys down. But no, they just kind of. They were just in the lawn chairs, man. They were just chilling, I guess. And again, I don't know if they know something we don't, but it felt like they were just kind of waiting a bit too long for my liking.
To go off of the analogy that I accidentally started earlier, the first time is oftentimes very disappointing. You know, it's just how it's gonna be. It's not always the best. It's not always the best. And this one wasn't too exciting in terms of a hectic mantle break fight. This one was more of a calm one as well. Having said that, though, again, I mean, where this one is different from EMEA earlier, for those of you guys who watched that as well, it's top 2 that qualifies for here today. And I think Def just put, even if they don't end up winning the whole shebang with the mantle bricks, if Evo wins it, I feel like Dev just put their hat in that basket, given how much money they were able to make.
Oh, no question about it. Like, we can just see that's the leaderboard. That, I know, isn't that absolutely insane? That's what I mean. It's like you made such a good summary. Yeah, like you're talking about 8.8, and then the next closest thing is 1.2. Like, that is way different. They have 8 times the amount of money. Like, that is just so crazy.
Exactly. Of course, you do have the kills that you add on top, the 400k per kill. So it is going to be a little more than that, but still, I mean, that is an insane money grab. And also, especially because now we're headed back to yet another air supply round. So they have all that they can, all they would want to try and make something big happen here in the next round, which we'll see. Is it going to be a tight prison? Is it going to be a Brackish? We're not sure. We will be finding out.
Yeah, we will have to find out too, because again, it's just, now things get a little bit more interesting. Like you said, the first team being able to get themselves that mantle bricks, and now, again, if they get the 2, that means could be done, could be all over, right? And now it just kind of changes things up a little bit. So, but I think you said really, really well is the fact that Def are in a good position in just terms of value, is that even if Evo does find themselves getting 2, mantle bricks, I mean, they probably are going to guarantee themselves that second place. Who cares? Because we're still in the semis. That's or in the last chance that moves into the finals for tomorrow. So really, you're just kind of playing the safe game and the guarantee game. So that's where tomorrow will be a very different story, right?
Definitely. Of course, everything's going to be reset for tomorrow. But I mean, for DF, at least they're off to a pretty good start. It's a good jump start getting that big of a chunk of change in the back early on. Of course, again, gotta say, if you guys watching think you can do better, if you feel like you can play against the big dogs in this tournament, make sure to sign up for the open qualifiers. They are open for registration now for the main global league taking place in July. So hop on in, sign on up, and do it now, because if you don't, then I don't know, it's gonna rain tomorrow. Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, you just missed out. Look, I mean, we're gonna even give you guys a couple minutes of a break, so you have no reason not to do it. So look, take a couple minutes, you guys get ready, you get registered, you make your crew, your squad, and then we'll get ready for round number 3. So we'll be back in just a little bit.
Can't I just have 5 minutes, peace?
Everly, we've picked up abnormal acoustic signals in the Eastern Sea.
Just dolphins mating. It's that time of year, after all. You won't get away.
Luke Everly, codename Morse. Class, Recon. Morse is a former Navy acoustic intelligence specialist with deep expertise in maritime acoustic environments, making him highly skilled in the analysis and exploitation of sound waves and portable sonar equipment. As an operator, Morse excels in the use of his jammer, a portable sonic device that disrupts enemies by reducing their audio detection range. Morse's advanced sonar device emits sound pulses to scan for enemies, generating markers on their positions.
No more secrets! Jammer out! Point flash! Sending jammer! Throwing delayed flash! Allied troops engaging! Searching for hostiles! Throwing delayed flash! Sending jammer! Throwing jammer!
Shh. The storm is coming.
Warning. Control system compromised.
You want to know how freedom is made? Patience. Violence. Struggle. Evolution. Transformation. Combat. Liberation.
Take Subject 42 alive.
Everly, a Havoc recovery is on the target. Acoustic signatures match your mark signature with high accuracy.
Record their movements.
I'll find them.
Target acquired. Staging retrieval.
The signal's blocked. I can't pinpoint their location.
Guess it's up to me then. The echo of truth cannot be silenced.
All right, welcome back, everybody, here for the Global League here from the Americas, and we're round number 3. So we got the first round of the Mandelbrick done and dusted, and Evo are able to pick things up, and now we get to move into the last airdrop here that we'll have before we get all the way through all the Mandelbricks across the board. But pretty interesting game, a little bit, where AL were kind of just sitting back, being AFK legends, or kind of just not doing a whole lot, but then other teams kind of make things a little bit more interesting.
Definitely. I still, in the butterfly effect world of what had happened had Def not gotten a 6.8 mil item. I saw someone in chat saying that is the most valuable 2x3 item in the game, so a gigantic drop for them. If that is in fact the case, I don't have the list of valuables in my head. I'm just not that giga brain yet, by the way, yet. But yeah, no, I mean, had they not been able to get that, had they maybe fought a bit harder for that mantle break, maybe the outcome would have been different. But overall, it looked like Evo was just in full control.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like Evo have really just impressed me, right? I mean, I feel like, again, a lot of the fights they've been able to get have been really clean. They've been looking really good, and that's why they're kind of sitting on the top in terms of kills with 7, and obviously on top with the Mandelbrick, too. So, I mean, they've been definitely the team to beat now in this, whole regard. Obviously, a little bit of a target on their back, especially getting the Mandelbrick, of course, but Def, putting themselves in that number 2 position right now, considering what they've been able to grab. So
13 points already.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts because they have more points, obviously, than Evo, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, especially so if Def gets the next mantle, they're going to be sent poised for a first spot. And we are actually going to Type Prison. Okay, anyone's legend. Thank you for picking Type Prison over another Brackish. I guess, I mean, given that they did nothing on Brackish in the previous... We're also being a bit hard on them, but I'm just memeing here. But given that they didn't opt to do too much in that game, maybe it was time for a bit of a change. And what better than giving us Type Prison, which I have yet ever to cast. So thank you for getting us that one. As you can see here, the operators that has been used already, all teams gets to use an operator twice. Sometimes there are operators that are so good for a map that they'll have both of their uses on the same map, like just 2 players playing the same operator on one team. But as you can see here, a lot of knocks having been played thus far. Raptor, every team has used a Raptor so far in this one as well. And then I think once we come to Space City, that's where we're going to see all of the Lunas, all of the Hackballs in play.
Yeah, and that's where, like, even, Tempest is always interesting too, right? Just with the ultimate and being able to kind of, use the ropes and kind of running around. So that's where, again, like the later portion of this gets really, really interesting, right? As we kind of move forward from where we are now. But yeah, good investment from both these teams. A little bit lacked here from AL, obviously, in the sense of, not the greatest couple. I think I saw 1 blue in there. So a lot of purples, but otherwise, looking okay.
I don't think AL can afford purples, maybe that's the thing. Loops is like, guys, I don't have any money, so he's going to be chilling. He is going to be chilling with the blue. And who knows? Maybe they'll get something off of it. We'll see what's going to happen as we do go to Tide Prison for the first time here today.
First time for the whole day. It's pretty cool to say from EMEA all here to Americas. So not a bad, not a little bit of history for both of us,
Exactly. And where things are a bit different on this one, while it is an airdrop round, as far as I'm aware, the AWM that is also available in this one is available through an operation. So through a mission and not through an airdrop. We'll see who ends up getting the GTI supply operation going. As it's a pretty straightforward mission. You just, you plant your C4, and then you hop on in, and hey, look, you get to loot now. So we'll see who ends up going for that one, while everyone, of course, is going to try and get looted.
Yeah, we talked about the importance too for the AWM too, right? Again, just being able to only get it through the supplies and things like that, and the fact that like again, there's a lot of risk of having it because a lot of responsibility, I should say, in the sense, but a little bit of fights are already happening. They're not going to mess around, and it already looks like, you know, DNA is trying to make a little bit of a commotion here against AL. So the two teams on the theoretical bottom are kind of putting themselves in a bit of commotion.
Not too often you see the crossbow in play. We'll see what Jota can make of it. As he peeks on forward. In the meantime, Bots opted to go for a swim. We'll see where he's going to pop his head up. Oh, a little red
nice
there.
Little bit of red, yeah. Nice little 361k. Not bad at all.
Not too shabby. Start things off. Of course, items do come with much higher value than that, but you'll take anything you can get, especially when you're on your own here, not really being contested on the east side. I think one of the things that makes it a little hard to really scan Type Prison is that there's so many layers to everything, so it can look like a team is stood right next to each other, but they're just, you know, up and down, below and above one another. Can be a little tricky, but here we have the Sonic Paralysis come through. Shepard ult in full effect, but no real push coming off of it. I thought they were going to try and make a play off of getting that ult in, but no, not quite.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking a little bit of something, but no.
And now
they still have, you know, oh yeah, now they go. As soon as we say it, right? Like, we're both like, oh, they're not going to do it. And just kidding, they're going to absolutely do it. So yeah, that's of course how it's going to go. Yep.
When you're an observer, if you stay on the same guy too long, the longer you stay, the more immediately afterwards are they going to start fighting as soon as you leave. That's just the rule. And anyone's legend, well, they get to pick the map, but they don't get to stay alive on it for too long. They are out already.
Yeah, the fact that AL, again, like not really being able to give us a whole lot from the previous map and now going into this one, they're already out. And like you said, 3 are done. You still have, again, you have DM and kind of AP and Evo all on the top end here of the map and just kind of waiting things out a little bit, where you have DNA kind of just sitting pretty in the bottom here, kind of in the mid area. So it's a little bit interesting because they go for these fights. They finally win that duel. They don't really take too much a brunt out of it. All 3 players are still alive and well. But now this is where it gets really interesting with AP and Evo kind of, again, toe-to-toe a little bit here in the same corridor, but some good looting as well from... Yeah. That's a lot, too.
I love it. I mean, it has got to be a dream for the game devs. Like, whoever was the map designer behind Type Prison, it must have been so much fun to try and coordinate this map. It's not easy to play by any means, but it must have been a lot of fun because it's kind of different from what you see in other, like, big scale maps like this.
Yeah, and the airdrop is coming in about 36 seconds here, too. So, I mean, that's going to be really important here again for both these teams. I'm just going to wait to see where it actually does decide to spawn. But like you said, I'm still kind of begging the question a little bit about the AWM too. Like you made a good point about who actually wants to go for the operation essentially to getting it.
Yeah.
So we'll have to kind of wait things out. That's really important because again, we didn't get to really see the AWM really put into work yet. That's where we said normally it's kind of in the later portion of this. Ooh, nice little bit of a red here. Going to be grabbed up.
Crocodile.
Not bad. 500k. Okay.
Not too shabby.
Nice 700k.
You'd happily have it take up 2 more slots, though, and be worth 6.8 million, though.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I guess so, right? I guess so.
If you absolutely have to.
I guess enough. Twist my arm. Why not?
So only one team eliminated. Everyone, I guess, taking... ooh, what are we seeing here? Ooh, a nice little wine cup. Nice. Good value in that one, too. A bit of a... Not so much a stalemate. Just everyone kind of... slowly, because everyone is still moving. It's just everyone is kind of looting, minding their own business, or at least trying to. But you can see every time you go across these catwalks, there are so many angles that you have to be concerned with.
Yeah, so many different lines of sight that you have to kind of worry about in different engagements, right? So that's where the phase of this is a little bit more patient, we'll say. And you can see that Equal's trying to look for a little bit of an engagement right now and finds, 1 or 2 of the players here from AP.
Yep. Airdrop, as we can see on the map, is going to be outside on the very eastern portion of that, I don't know if you call it a dock or, well, just outside in any case. And I think it's going to be DNA who's going to have first access to it. We'll see if they're going to run for it or not, because Evo is out and around there as well. So we'll see who opts to probably go for it.
Yeah, we get 10 seconds on that airdrop too, which is good. So now things are moving, and AP, a little bit of warning here made. Ooh, 1.2. There we go. I was kind of waiting to find, like, when are we going to see one of those mills come up again? And there it is, Evo. They are just grabbing the cash, grabbing everything they can. So that actually does put them very well here in terms of what they've been able to have grabbed up thus far. So money is building up very nicely for this air supply.
Nice met robot. Picked on up. Plenty of value with that. Ooh, we get the camera in here as well. 1.5. That is a lot of value being garnered right now with all that we're seeing here. And it's DNA and Evo claiming a lot of it. DM getting themselves something going as well. But that is look at the bottom right. So much value gotten in the last couple of seconds. It's like everyone said 3, 2, 1 stash time, and they're all just farming.
Yeah, and you have like DNA and DM now sitting, 3.5, and Evo again still really doing well in this. In addition to, it's really Def and also AP like surprisingly haven't been able to loot a ton out of this, and the value's not really quite there yet, but still plenty of time. We still got 11 minutes remaining on this, so it's all good. Ain't over yet.
Not at all. Drop looted on that southern side as well. Taken by DNA as we get to share some of the loot between the players here. Now seeing some of the missions being done, or the operations we should say being done on here as well. All the AI voicing, all the players trying to keep track of exactly what's happening around here. Still some time before these extracts are going to be open and available, so they get to continue to maneuver around this maze. And I'm not even sure. Are they what's the thought here? Are you looking for opponents, or are you just trying to carefully make your way to the exit with what you've been able to get?
I got you.
Yeah, I could just be playing the long game a little bit, right? Because again, like even for Evo, the fact that they have the Mando brick and still some decent amount of money grabbed up, it kind of just allows you to kind of transition further as we get into the Space City and kind of moving forward. But all these other teams too, just building cash, I don't even mind it.
Yeah.
I was kind of wondering if we were going to see like a Fast and Furious, air supply, or are we going to kind of see a little bit more, respect in this one and kind of, I don't want to say passive, but I guess it is in its own regard, just because they're going to try to loot up and get as much as they can to, push forward moving ahead of these games.
Exactly. You can see Hackclaw here, Proxy popping that ult to try and get intel on where their opponents are, and now info's been given. One player on that right side nearby. They know he's just over there. It's going to throw some util over, trying to allow for the push to come through as well, and think Piggy realizing this has to back off.
Yeah, again, maybe just a little bit of a overwhelm here with some players going against them, so just decides to pull on back. Not a bad idea. Might not be worth that fight, especially kind of like a 1-on-2 in that kind of a situation too, but this is just so interesting because you have DM on the left-hand side, you have AP that are kind of just sitting in the middle here, and Def is kind of coasting a little bit on that like upper entrance essentially, and DNA, like, they're just sitting on the bottom. Like, they're just, again, they're just waiting things out, and that's what they did before on the previous map, right? They kind of hung back, they were just kind of overseeing everything, and all of a sudden we were like, whoa, hang on, they are going for fights, they are here for the action, and that could very well be it. And AP, they're kind of running right into them.
Definitely. Everyone's got all three up. So we're continuing this very slow endeavor. Waiting for the next, let's call it a part of this match to really unfold. So many angles are cleared all times. Makes it so difficult, especially with so many teams still alive in this game. Normally, you'd had a lot more fighting done in the early game, making there for a little bit more space to maneuver. With only anyone sledging out, it's for good reason that everyone's being so cautious.
Yeah, lots gained. Ooh, GBL tries, but not able to connect, but at least get some info that they're there, but it's
then
caught
you went
actually
straight
really...
to a trap.
Yeah, that's not great.
Luckily for them, not really too much happening off of it. Flashlights on. Try and deny any vision, come through the other way. Zelda peek through the door there, not gonna get a hold of it. AP, I think, with a chance to engage, actually opting to try and wrap around instead.
I like this. Yeah, this is really good positioning from AP. They might be able to come through the side door on this a little bit. Yep. They might catch DNA a little bit off guard, potentially. January is kind of posted up, though.
That's scary when you're Hackclaw and you use your ult and you spot 5 enemies nearby. You're like, wait, nope. This is too much. Let's not take part in this. Push does come through.
7 minutes. Now Def making a move here too, and there's Crab again. Just a little bit of a couple warning shots, a couple things, just letting them know you can't just run around for free.
Yep. Warden's been found by the fallen prince. Mission still on as they try to back off safety here.
AP just kind of, again, calculating this. Evo, look at how close they're kind of sneaking as well,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
on the
yeah.
right-hand side. So you got a team on the left, you got a team on the right, and DNA, it feels like they're kind of the sandwich in this, right? Like, this is maybe not what they want. It might be a big bite for them.
Exactly. Still some time before the extract's good to go. And DNA, I mean, they're just trying to make space for themselves, but anywhere they go, they're being chased. And AP are the ones set outside going, oh, you got into the big room, meaning you probably got something of value. We would like to come claim it. And it is, in fact, the case. They only have 200,000 secured so far, AP. On the flip side of that, DNA with 3.7 mil already. You want to try and see what they can get off of this.
So I got 6 minutes left here in the game too, so still some decent time to work with, but it is getting low, so keep that in mind a little bit. Chances have to be made now. January gonna go for the swing here? Maybe. Like, just getting a little bit of info.
He
That
does have
would
his
be
ult
crazy.
available. I'll throw a trap out just to see if anyone's triggered off of it, but it's, I think, taken out immediately. It is.
Well, like cat and mouse, is it not? I mean, this is, and look at
well.
Evo too. Like, just again, not even. They're all just grouped together. You have now Def kind of making a little bit of the move here in the middle. So this is becoming a little bit of an overwhelming party. This is where you have 4 different teams ready to go. This might even just be a Def and AP fight eventually here too, because again, you can see 2 players from Def close on by. Now they're looking like they might kind of backtrack this just a tiny bit.
I mean, when you're playing double engineer and recon, like you just neither team has like a super aggressive operator comp. So it makes sense that both of them are waiting for the other team to do something. Had you been playing D-Wolf or something like that, where just like, triple blast, or let's go in and get something crazy done, it makes more sense. Or you maybe even Tempest, you can always try and, tuck back out with the ropes. But in this case, it's just they're both playing a very defensive combo of operators. So it makes sense that neither of the two actually wanted to be the ones pressing.
Okay, there we go. January now, maybe. A lot of smokes being thrown. Nade getting out as well. So now actually that's a big swing from GBL. I was thinking, okay, he's going in blind, but unfortunately that's his demise. So he goes down and he is removed out of this one. And now there's another one from January, able to find it. Can he be able to find that third? No, he will not, but it's good engagements back and forth. And it does seem to be that DNA are the ones that are prevailing in it. But hang on. I speak too soon, and AP, they respond back quickly. This is just nuts, but there it is, DNA. All right, they clean up a little bit here, Toby.
Well, they clean up, but they're going to be taken out immediately thereafter. Evo has joined the fight, and they've gotten them down to just 1 player left alive. It's just Zelda here, who once again is going to try and prone on out, stay alive, and try and dodge this push of Evo players coming around the corner. You'd have to imagine that he spots them soon. There is one caught on the side,
Trigger
gets it up,
discipline.
and the flush as well. 1 out, but in the end, Zelda falls 2, so that's DNA eliminated.
Yeah, I was thinking that was some decent trigger discipline in a way, but again, I was thinking he was going to wait just a little bit longer, but no, tries to go for that 1 kill, just said, look, enough's enough, I got to go for it. Now you can see that Seabots is trying to go for the engage. He does actually win this one, but he gets caught as well. Oh, man, and look at that, Def. Everybody is gone, and DM, they've been able to hit some shots now. They've been able to finally make those targets on the connection, and they have 2 alive, and it is Evo still with 3. Damn, oh, damn.
Always
that rest should be able to get done too.
Inmate comes charging at you with a melee weapon there, but able to stay alive. Issuers had to run off
timing
for just a second longer, and the AI there actually delaying the rest is going to cause this one potentially to go against them. Evo aggressing further forward. They find themselves 1 more. That's going to be DM eliminated. Actually, it's Def from the other side finding bots in the end of it, so they fall down, but here comes more AI. The Prince has found Eclipse. Is there more to be found? The prison break is real. It's on, and they're trying to stay alive through it. Oh, can he find him? Raven is there around the side. He's dangerous. Oh, look at the damage done from the AI.
popping off a little bit, eh? I mean, this is Raven's actually making some shots, I
He's
guess,
popping.
but
They do
be a
get
little
the
bit
rest
careful.
on Eclipse. We're still in the game. Oh, the turnaround finds one more. Can they get him? They almost have him, and there you go. Able to get him in the end. What's the reward going to be? We'll see. But they are the only ones left, and with a minute 30, they should have enough time to get themselves extracted as well. So all of it was a not just quiet, but effectively a snooze fest of like 5-6 minutes in the round. All of a sudden, the whole prison just lights ablaze.
It really does. Yeah, and again, it is Evo that, you know, keep all three alive. They got themselves, you know, a lot of money that's been able to get in the benefit here. So cha-ching, cha-ching. Not bad at all. They are looking good here for the, you know, the Mandel Brick in their favor. They got some money that they can work with to kind of keep moving things forward. And yeah, now it's just about them kind of getting some extra loot if they want, just kind of extra, a little bit of a cherry on top. Still got just, you know, a minute left remaining just to get to the extraction. But man, it's kind of crazy, you know, in the sense too that we see all the other teams fall. Like, it's not even just like one player alive. It's like everybody's down, everybody's out.
And I like to think the AI in this had such a big impact, because we saw the res attempt come through from DM, I believe it was, after they got the wipe on AP. Like, had the AI not been in there and kind of delaying that whole thing, they would have been back up to 3, could have potentially been ready for the Evo push to come around the side, but not quite to be. Not quite to be. What an interesting turn of events here as Evo, as you said, I mean, are going to be the ones to come out victorious in the end of it.
Yeah, taking the extraction here on the top right corner of the map, so they're going to be able to get out of here momentarily.
Yep, share some loot between one another. 20 seconds left in the round. Are they all going to get there or not? No, I think one is going to stay behind, just get whatever he can. It's going to be, Widow's going to stay behind, get whatever he can. And one out already. That's Phantom leaving this one. And Eclipse with the 1.5 mil in the end there as well, just securing himself even more. Because, of course, Evo needed even more going their way.
Yeah, why not? You know, you already got yourself a mana brick. You got yourself a little bit of money. Just add a couple more dollars. Who cares at this point? But
Crazy.
no, I honestly, super impressive team right now. It feels like Evo are, like I said, they're trying to make a bit of a statement into this. They've done so well, in my opinion. They're obviously sitting on the top of the leaderboard. We'll see, actually, when we get everything calculated. But it's been great. I mean, again, their gunfights have been looked awesome. I feel like, again, they didn't overrush anything. They kind of just waited it out. Like you said, it felt like this game was a bit of a, I guess, a snoozer in some regard for a couple minutes, but then finally it was able to get that, you know, light to the flame in a little bit, and everything just kind of, it was gone.
Who would have thought it was going to be the Fallen Prince to cause chaos and actually get people fighting one another again in the end of it? But a great game. My first time casting Type Prison as well was good fun. And yeah, I mean, just all around a fun round. And I guess the upside for everyone else with Evo picking up so much money there is that if Evo wins the double Mandel break anyway, which, of course, there's no guarantee they will, but if they do, technically it doesn't matter that they got a lot of money, because they're going to win off of the Mandel breaks anyway. So they're not really going to be in the fight for that second place money grab position. So we'll see if that's going to end up having an impact or not.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really just kind of adding that extra little bit of a security blanket, right? I mean, if it's just like, look, if we don't get the double mana bricks, at least we have some money and we can almost guarantee ourselves that top 2, because that's where we said in the very beginning and top of show is, look, I mean, it is the top 2 teams that make it tomorrow for the final. So really, it's all about just surviving, right? Just get the top 2. Who cares about the rest, right? Everybody else is done and over with. But there it is. You got a little bit of the calculations there. 4.4 million, and then the next, again, closest was 3.2 actually from DM. So not too bad, but squad points, again, you know, even split here a little bit from Evo and DNA as well.
Definitely. A lot of kills come the way of DNA. They will be able to garner themselves quite a bit at the end of this one. And then for Evolution to get the 1.5 mil red there in the end of it, just upping the economy a little bit more. Not going to be complaining about that at all.
No, definitely not at all. So I mean, even some good kills from DNA too, like, you know, sitting at 7, and then, you know, like we said here for Evo, like having themselves at 5, and then like we said, a lot of money grabbed up. So it really does feel like they're coming in and being the team to beat in this, you know, in this last chance, and getting themselves ready to go further as we go into tomorrow. But still plenty of action though. Again, we go back now to the Mantle Brick round, so this is where it's going to get, you know, very, very interesting, and get to see what will be a little bit different. I mean, do we even beg the question, do Evo want to just like go for it? Do they send it, or do they kind of wait to see and get a feeler for this, you know, round number 4 that we're going into?
We'll see. There is a world where we ended right here, right now, assuming that Evo gets themselves one more Mantle Brick. But of course, A, no guarantees. B, everyone is going to be looking for them. As much as Evo has gone for themselves, that they've also just made that target on their back a whole lot bigger.
Yeah, it is a little bit more of a target, but look, we're going to take a couple minutes, we'll get ready to go, and then it'll be Space City across. So we'll see you in just a few minutes.
Just have 5 minutes, peace.
Everly, we've picked up abnormal acoustic signals in the Eastern Sea.
Just dolphins mating. It's that time of year, after all. You won't get away.
Luke Everly, codename Morse. Class, Recon. Morse is a former Navy acoustic intelligence specialist with deep expertise in maritime acoustic environments, making him highly skilled in the analysis and exploitation of sound waves and portable sonar equipment. As an operator, Morris excels in the use of his jammer, a portable sonic device that disrupts enemies by reducing their audio detection range. Morse's advanced sonar device emits sound pulses to scan for enemies, generating markers on their positions.
No more secrets! Jammer out! Point flash! Sending jammer! Throwing delayed flash! Allied cruiser engaging! Searching for hostiles! Throwing delayed flash! Sending jammer! Throwing jammer!
Shh. The storm is coming.
Warning. Control system compromised.
You want to know how freedom is made? Patience. Violence. Struggle. Evolution. Transformation. Combat. Liberation.
Take Subject 42 alive.
Everly, a Havoc recovery is on the target. Acoustic signatures match your mark signature with high accuracy.
Record their movements. I'll find them.
Target acquired. Staging retrieval.
me then. The echo of truth cannot be silenced.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Global League here for the Americas in 2026. And it's Laz and Toby to bring you through on Space City now. We get to go back to Mandelbricks all day, baby. And it's been very interesting. A lot of different things have occurred. A lot of money grab, a lot of casualties. But, man, it's been honestly a bit of a heater getting to this point, and it's been great.
That's for sure. All eyes now on Evo, the one team with match point currently, trying to see if they can make this a full map series, or if we're going to continue for a little while longer. EMEA went to map 6 today. We'll see if this one is going to be maybe all the way to 7, or if it's going to be done before that. Nevertheless, Evo put themselves in a really good position to try and make it happen early on.
Yeah, they did. I mean, we talked a lot about how they get the Mandelbrick, and they got themselves some really good money they've been able to obtain here for the loot. So, I mean, they are really sitting in a prime position right now. And it does kind of beg the question about what kind of game plan do they want to go into this? Do they want to just try to get it done here now with the 2-0 and just absolutely guarantee themselves that #1 spot and then they're in tomorrow? Or do they kind of just chill a little bit? Do they play back?
Yeah.
Do they kind of just wait to see and take a bit of a scenery on it? That's where I still don't really even know, because just considering how well they've been able to get lots of kills, they actually have the most, beating DNA just by the one. I wouldn't almost be surprised to see them kind of going a little bit hot and heavy on this one.
Now, there's a world where they just double break and say, let's get out of here. We did what we had to. Let's just GG go next. We're ready for the finals tomorrow. Having said that, though, I think of course, we know what they're capable of, but I feel like it's going to come down to what the likes of Apocalypse and Anyone's Legend is going to try and make happen, because all lobbies across tournaments will have, a certain skill discrepancy, but I feel like it's some of the teams that have been struggling that need to go out and make something happen. I feel like the server has to kind of join up in trying to deal with Evolution now in order to have this day moving further forward. We saw it in EMEA earlier today, where teams kind of took turns being the ones responsible for trying to continue the race on. And we'll see who's going to be the ones willing to potentially sacrifice their own game in taking out Evolution before they hit that double Mandel break.
Yeah, and I don't want to really make that kind of pre-prediction, but it kind of feels like just considering of how we've been able to see these games kind of unfold, it really does feel like Evo and DNA really do seem to be I would kind of lean they're probably on that better echelon in this lobby, right? I feel like they're kind of the two teams that really are kind of fighting to get themselves in that top 2 placement, but we still don't know. I mean, that's where I feel like Evo have been really able to do a lot of, the objectives and doing everything correctly, where DNA still, to me, look pretty decent in terms of just winning a lot of engagements, really just kind of doing some good calculations into this, where some of these other teams, I think you can tell maybe a little bit more of a new experience for them, or maybe just not being able to perform the normal abilities that we would see, but we'll have to wait and see. We're on Space City, first time here for us, which will be exciting, and we get to go back to Mandelbricks.
Exactly, and where we didn't get to experience the new changes on Zero Dam's elevator extraction, we are getting all of the new shebangs here on Space City. So the dock area down on the southwest side is in full effect, is available, and all that good stuff that comes with it too. A lot of small changes, a lot of sharks in the water, and everything good to be added, and also a lot of Lunas. Look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, everyone is wielding a Luna in this one, and for good reason. They're saving the best for last. Everyone's using Tempest as well in this one. Everyone knows how much is on the line in this map coming up.
Well, and that's the thing, right? It's just so, I just feel like for Tempest, just being able to, use the evasion essentially, where she can just kind of, run in, grab the mana brick, use it, get on out of there. It's just, you have to. It makes sense. Yeah. And that's where we were kind of saying, look, we're probably going to see Tempest being utilized here in the later portions, and we finally get to see it. Essentially, I think almost every team. I think every team did. Every team. I had to look back. I was like, every team did it, which honestly, I would almost be questioning if a team didn't use it.
Yeah, you'd be scratching your head, no doubt about it. We'll see here. Ooh, first knock coming in. That's AP finding one early on with the AWM as well. That is that's a $50,000 knock right there, or Technic Alloy knock right there.
Yeah, you're not whiffing the shots. It's important, right? We talked about great power, great responsibility, and yeah, look at that. It actually makes a good knockdown. So that's some value added, and that's what the AWM can bring to this, and that's where, you know, everybody talks about, you know, what it does in the late portion of the game when we get a nice little presentation of it.
We'll see what more is going to happen as AP make their way towards the centrifuge facility. Or actually, maybe going to go lap and step, but they have Dev sat right next to them, and they're starting to realize that as well. DNA are just on the other side too. So a lot of teams creeping on in towards one another.
Yeah, you got DM on the right-hand side. You got Def kind of approaching on the left here as well as AP. So this is, you know, things are getting a little bit tight. It's still about, what, 30 seconds, I believe, here for the Mandelbrick too. So we'll have to wait and see a little bit now. And
it's all about trying to get yourself into the best position. We saw twice today on Space City the same team winning, or the teams winning off of the same decoding station, being able to get that keycard room and just kind of lock down the position from there. Very, very strong position to play from down below. So we'll see if that's going to be the case here or not as well. As everyone just maneuvering around, trying to avoid tanks, trying to avoid the big machine gunner walking downstairs. Mandelbrick now in play. And well, we'll see who's going to dare to make the run for it early on.
Yeah, shot missed here from AP. Like you said, Mandelbrick is down, so this is where who's going to be the first to go for it. Again, it's so funny because you have like Def on the left, you have DM on the right, you have AP kind of on the like bottom leftish. So you have three teams that are just kind of like making a little bit of a circle around this thing. And again, it was the same thing we saw in the first Mandelbrick where we said who's going to be the first team to actually go for the grab, right? Like who's going to be able to kind of make that connection and just get on out of there. Smokes are getting thrown a little bit around now, so this is where things get a little bit more interesting. AP look like they might try to go for a bit of a jog, and there you go. It is going to be grabbed up.
Yep, Tempest using the ult, try and claim it, now running off. But where are they going to go with it? Are they going to go for the south position? As we saw in EMEA earlier, actually the only uncontested Mandelbrick claim that we saw in EMEA was on that southern decoding station. And we'll see if that's what they're going to run for or not. No, it seems like they're going to go west instead. Maybe towards Dormitory, I'm not sure, but Evo is set over there ready and waiting. That's not the team you want to be bringing the Mandelbrick to, that's for sure.
I know, and I was thinking that too. I'm like, surely they're not going to go to the left-hand side, right? Like, surely they're not, and I think they might be, and this could be a bit of a mousetrap that they're running into. This is not good at all. They're going to absolutely need to pop off in the engagements. They have to win these fights, and that's where I've been giving a lot of kudos for, or Evo, I should say, where they've been winning them just tenfold.
Of course, man. Look at this. Evo seeing the Mandelbrick coming their way. They're just backing off. They're going, oh, you want to come to us? We'll go back into defensive positions and wait this one out. By all means, come over. And as soon as you put it down, we are going to take you out. Def, though, might have something to say about this before they even get to cross towards Westgate. See if they opt to engage prior, or if they're going to wait this one out a little while longer. Seems like they are going to back off, and AP thinking better of it as well. They're going to leave the Mandelbrick and back off. Just too much pressure. They've just left it there for anyone to come try and take. Maybe they're going to allow for it to reset. We'll see what's going to end up happening.
Yeah, actually, I do like this strategy at times too, where like it does get dropped and everybody just kind of, you know, again, it's a little bit of just, you know, it's a little bit of a bait, right? Just to see, okay, like, are we going to try to bring somebody in and then we'll just take them out and then that threat's kind of removed. But it always can be, obviously, any move you make is going to be a little bit risky, but I'm not completely against it. We've definitely seen it in the past, right, with different games and different regions. Obviously, attempting this is not out of the norm, but
another arrow fired. Info garnered once more as they cross on over towards the new pad.
Ooh.
Seabots able to get safety. They have AP players set right down below. It's GPL. Hearing, seeing all of this going down. Finds the first one from down below. Bots does get one in return, though, so 1-for-1 trade thus far, as he's going to be able to back off.
Yeah, it's a nice little bit of an angle, too, right? Just to get from GBL.
Oh, Evo got it.
Yeah,
no.
Man, Evo did. Oh,
no.
That's crazy. That's not what you want. That's what I was saying. The risk and the reward, I don't know. But, I mean, AP were like, okay, we're going to cook, and maybe they're overcooking a little bit. I don't know, but this is not good now.
The timing couldn't be better for Evo either. They committed to it as soon as they saw AP and DM fighting on the southern side. They're like, oh, you know what? If they're fighting, this might just be free for the taking. And it has, in fact, been just that. We'll see if they're going to be able to win it right here and there. in round 4 would be a sick double mana break to get the first chance.
Yeah, it's a really good point you bring up. Like, Evo couldn't have timed that better. Again, that engagement, those fights were happening. They were like, okay, yeah, we're just going to slip in, take it, and run away.
There you go.
That, nice, get it down to the extraction, or not the extraction, sorry, to the decoding station, and that's where they do. And like you said, now time is ticking. Now teams have to fight them out and just say, look, like, we can't let them get 2 in a row, otherwise this whole thing is done.
This couldn't be any better for them either, because no, you're completely right. They can't let them get 2 this year. Everyone else is fighting one another. Evo is sat on the brick by themselves, completely uncontested. Other teams have got to figure, guys, time out. We don't need to fight each other right now. How about we deal with Evo and not let them finish this tournament now? Or this stage, I should say.
Yeah, exactly. And again, for anybody that just tuned in, it's like, again, top 2 teams, and that's where, again, like Evo, I mean, getting the mana brick, obviously, the 2 means that they're in number 1, but man,
I'll
have to wait and see.
Anyone's legend. I think they had like 30 health shared between the 3 of them there at the end of those sprays. Very lucky that all 3 of them get out of there alive. Def now on the hunt, trying to make the way to but it's kind of as if everyone's like, you know what? Nah, we'll give it to Evo. They're good. They deserve it. Of course, still 2 minutes 40 on the clock, so plenty of time for the teams to try and contest. But for the time being, it seems like no one's really too eager to try and take the fight to Evo.
Yeah, like DNA has honestly just like never moved from this position. Like, they're on the top end, right? I mean, they're in the north end of the map, and that's where I feel like they haven't moved a muscle. They've been just kind of sitting pretty, just waiting things out. And like you said, I mean, this is where, you know, I always kind of beg the question of like the timing of a team wanting to go for the fight to take, you know, the decoding station. And we've seen in past many different times where teams kind of wait too long and they don't kind of calculate those variables and those problems that could arise. But there's still 2 minutes, so there is time here. But it's just like now begging the question of like, when do we get that move on?
Yeah. The issue is you have some of these bottlenecks that all these teams are trying to get through at the same time to try and contest for the mantle break. So you're kind of forced to play with really wide elbows and trying to force teams off, because not only are you going to be fighting the team on the break itself, but you're also fighting the other teams running side by side with you to try and get there. And I think that's why between the teams here, they got to kind of figure, how do we do this? How do we play this smart? Because right now, I mean, 130, no one's been able to cross over yet. It could just be anyone's legend that are going to go for it. Our bottom team coming into this round that are going to try and take the fight. But no, Def is there to take them out. So everyone kind of stumbling over one another. And they haven't even gotten to Evo yet.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking like, AL, I like it. You know, they got to do something big. But I mean, the fact that Def are the ones that actually caused them a little bit in the crossing there, that's going to hurt a little bit.
So if this ends up happening, we need to get a good map of like, what's the situation with second? Because if there's only one team that gets this, we're down at under 50, under 1 minute. Who is second right now in terms of money earned and total spot points?
I'm trying to remember, honestly, and my memory's just terrible. But I mean, that's the thing. Right now, it just becomes the question of like, who's going to get that second place in terms of money.
Is that what they're fighting for? Have they just
it kind of feels like it.
That is madness. That is absolutely insane. Anyone's legend going to be completely torn apart. It's just one player left alive. Def trying to claim second place for some reason. Not opting to aggress whatsoever. DNA in the meantime finding a nice red helmet there. 600,000 in the bag off of it. 20. They're actually just giving Evo the game 4 win. I am at a loss of words. Guys.
Oh boy.
What?
I just can't believe it. I mean, and I think
I get to go to bed earlier, so that's nice, but I'm so confused.
Well, and now it's just, I mean, DNA were the ones that, if I'm not mistaken, they're the ones that were in the pretty much that like really strong position to be in second, if I'm memory serving me right. But that's again where they have to make sure they can keep themselves alive. They can get the extraction here, but you still have all these teams all on the field. But this is where, yeah, the mantle bricks are grabbed up, so Evo have been able to grab themselves, you know, moving forward into tomorrow for the finals. So now it's just begging the question of that last spot, and it's all here and now with the last 7 minutes and 40 seconds remaining.
I am so confused. But, well, you know what? That's going to be it for that one. Evo secured themselves the first place spot, but now it's the fight for second. Who can accumulate the most total squad points in order to try and claim that second place spot and make it through to the finals tomorrow? 4.7 mil on DM already. You have to imagine that they're in a pretty good spot. Also, given how much they had coming into this.
Yeah, that is true. You only have 2 teams that are out so far. A little bit of damage he's going against here from DNA very well, and Crab goes down, so he's gone.
Oh, Zelda was able to find one. That's DM losing one. Hopefully, they can get Crab back alive. Don't want to lose a chance of getting money on over. Oof, nice headshot connected there from January as well. Oh, sorry, onto January to get one more, take it down on Zelda now. Do you run to safety? I think he does.
Yeah, and you kind of have Widows and Eclipse kind of, again, the 2 players from Evo. They're moving on the top end of the map. You kind of have, you know, Phantom just kind of playing more on the left-hand side, kind of by the west gate. So getting a little bit of a feeler and things out. But you can see that DM and DNA, they're the ones that are kind of going for this little bit of a fight, you know, on the outskirts of Workshop here. So that extraction for Zelda maybe here, but 2.9 million, like you said. I'm just kind of wondering what Phantom's going to do. And Phantom's been really hitting shots. Like, Phantom's been pretty sick here from Evo.
My main concern right now is the fact that Evo has literally nothing to lose and just going completely pedal to the metal. Like, they have qualified. They have done it, and now they can just wreak havoc on the rest of the server. They're just on a hunt now because they have absolutely nothing to lose.
Exactly. And that's a scary thing, too.
It really is, because they're pretty terrifying to go up against. So we'll see if what's going to happen off of it. A little pocket watch found there for Lucas to keep track of when he needs to go out and get the cattle back on the ranch, I guess, being a farmer and all. That was a bad joke. I'm sorry. But
that's okay. It's late for you. It's fine.
It is almost 4 a.m. So time is ticking. I guess Evo made my workday shorter. Or not so much Evo, everyone else and Evo. But we'll see now who does get to claim that second place spot. I'm very curious what the math is going to look like. I hate doing math on cast because I am like all other casters, I'm really good at getting it wrong, so I'm not even going to try. But if my memory serves me right, it's going to be DM and DNA that were closest to it coming in to this round. We'll see what's going to end up happening with it.
Oh, and DNA still causing a lot of ruckus here. And actually, Eclipse taking some pretty big damage, but does get the heal back. But there it is, equal. Okay. Equalize very quickly. So actually now, for Evo, you have the 1 player of Widows kind of just, again, looking for a little bit of a jog, but some good engagement, though.
I guess they weren't scary at all. I thought they were just going to come in here and start taking people out, but little do I know. They got taken out themselves, Def, able to defend their position successfully. Oof. Widow's barely swinging the corner before being immediately headshotted.
Yeah, and equal. Do you really want to commit to this or not? But I mean, it's again, Widow's just kind of, like you said, just kind of having fun with it. They have nothing to lose, and they actually are going to double swing this. So Farmer Lucas and equal. Oh, that's nice for Widows. Is going to able to find a second. I don't know, gets in the low ground, and now Farmer, you have to make a decision. Do you want to actually commit to this or not? This is a little bit awkward of positioning. Oh, man. And Widow somehow is able to get a heal off, and now the Res is going to be able to find that teammate. So that's probably the smart play and get the number advantage. And now, Widows, you have to reposition here now.
What an absolutely filthy flick that was as well. Great job, Widows, finding that first one, slowing things down. Farmer Lucas does get the Res up onto equal. So we'll be able to reset off of that one. But that's a little scary. Makes you think twice about making that peak again.
Yeah, absolutely does. And there it is. Farmer Lucas farming up some kills. Why not? Okay.
See if you can get some more money.
Yeah, I mean, may as well at this point.
I mean, yeah, the 400K.
These kills are adding up again. I was just going to say 400K again. I feel like most people in the chat obviously know this, but it's a good reminder. It's good for you and me too. But
definitely,
you know, a lot of money being grabbed up just for the duels too.
Definitely. Taking out, trying to see what more we can get with this. And it's all quiet. Solos across 3 of the teams. DNA able to get 1 extracted. And Def with 2 still in play. Evo might actually be able to get both back up alive as well. That would be terrifying with Evo having 3 up this late in the game.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. No,
right?
Phantom is actually on the other side. No mind. I thought they were both not close to one another, but Phantom is way outside.
Yeah, the hypothetical. Yes, it would have.
Yeah.
Ooh, widows. Ooh, widows. Widows. Oh man, that timing.
Jump in the corner. Goes to the peak there, but not able to find it. And now
Jeff's here too.
Peggy forced to prone down. Those not able to find one. And that's going to be DM eliminated here as well. Def trying to get even more with it. Widows finds one. In the end, Evo will fall as well. And just like that, Def and DNA, the only 2 teams left alive. Social Legend has a chance of going aggressive here, but does he want to or not? I'm not too certain. Look at the health bar.
34. Yeah, it's not great. Yeah. Legend 2, like this could be a legendary play maybe, you know, a little bit of a 1-on-2, so all about the timing on this. Lots of noise being made.
Final fight of the day.
Big swing. Oh my goodness. Yeah, actually recommits to it despite the HP disadvantage. Probably thought, you know, look, I don't have a lot of options. I'm just going to try to win that fight. Not going to happen at all. So
and now
they're down in the grave.
Dev, how much wealth can you accumulate in 1 minute? It's going to be the question. Get all that golden ammo. Get everything you possibly can. I think extract is out of the question. Get everything you can. And see if you get yourself enough to secure yourself second place. We get a replay there of that final kill coming through. Def running on forward. I think Def got 3 of the final 4 kills in this game too. So that's over 1 million extra earned. Over they get 1 team elimination, make it 2. Great finish for them to come out victorious in the fight. But is it going to be enough to secure second place? I simply do not know.
Yeah, not a lot of time too. So like you said, just kind of grab whatever you can, just anything with some kind of value, just to keep things moving up as much as you can.
I'm still perplexed by the fact that Evo got to get that mantle break completely uncontested. I am so confused.
Well, I mean, to give some credit, I mean, AL were going to do it, but then Def were like, hang on a second, we're going to catch you in the crossroads a little bit, right? So that's where, I mean, yes, I agree with you. Pretty much they didn't have to break at all of a sweat. They were just kind of like, oh, cool, all right, we'll just sit here and just get 2 mantle bricks, and we're done.
That's so confusing. So confusing. I know my time in Delta Force Esports is limited to with a scope of 19 hours. But outside of that, it's been a wild day, man. We've seen so many different, and not outcomes, but like different ways around can come to an end. In chaotic, like EMEA was a brawl from start to finish. Here, the pacing is so different. It's very interesting to see.
It really is, yeah. And I mean, I think that's a good little thing for both of us, right? Again, for anybody that is wondering like who we are, yes, we are new, or you know, this is our first time casting the game as well. So it's been really exciting though. Like, truthfully.
They couldn't tell.
Oh no, yeah, of course they could tell. I mean, there's some people that definitely could tell. But look, I mean, it's been really exciting. Heard nothing but amazing things with the community, and it's been honestly super exciting. It's always different to like sit back and watch it a little bit, right, and get the pro matches. But here and now, when you get to actually, like I said, be in the booth and kind of seeing how things unfold, man, it is just a totally different ride, and I'm absolutely so ecstatic to be a part of it.
Same. And now the all-important moment. Who, with the 9 squad points garnered from Def, will it be enough to secure second place and qualify through to the finals tomorrow? I think it just might, but we'll see. AM and Esport, DNA, Def, the teams fighting for the top positions. But we're keeping you excited, continuing that drum roll for a little while longer as we look at the stats of Evolution, who again didn't do too much in the end of this one from an individual playing perspective. Having said that though, they did get that double mantle break, and that in the end was all that really mattered. And there you have it. It is going to be Def in second place with 24 points garnered. They will make their way through to the finals tomorrow.
Yeah, pretty crazy, because again, I was kind of making a little bit of a pre-prediction on that, where I was thinking like DNA were looking pretty decent on this. I thought they were in a really good position, but Def honestly really did really well to get themselves, like you said, the 24 points, get themselves that second place. As soon as, like we said, like for Evo, getting the Mando Brick, that's where all these teams kind of made that quick decision of like, you know what, who cares? Let them have it. And then Def's like, let's just kind of go for the loot. Let's just kind of get as many kills as possible, build everything up, and see if we can get ourselves in that second place. And they do. So there you get the top 2 teams will advance on tomorrow, and that means everybody else is out. So that'll be the 6 final teams for Sunday.
Absolutely insane. And also very, very fierce competition that Evolution is going to be going up against tomorrow, Inc. Just to mention one, going to be a thread of a competition in tomorrow's match. It's going to be a great show as well. Of course, you do not want to miss it at all. Def was here qualifying through as well. They did a good job, I feel like. I mean, they started things off really strong and then coming off to a strong finish here in the end of it as well.
Yeah, getting 13 kills, and again, like, you know, sitting at 11 million is just, yeah, it's really a lot. And there it is. We get the bracket here to see what is going to be tomorrow for the finals. So here for the Americas, and again, a lot of familiar names we've seen, like Ink is there obviously, and yeah, Broken Meta and everything, and like, you know, it's going to be interesting. I'm really interested to see how things are going to pan out, because Ink is, I mean, I think they're arguably the, you know, the team to beat in this. Like, they've been in competitions where they came, you know, in the world finals, you know, in second place essentially. So these guys, I mean, they got a target on their back, but it's really how are these teams going to be able to react to this, you know, moving into tomorrow for Sunday games.
One thing's for certain, as much of a joyride as it was for Evolution to play in today's last chance, because they surely seemed uncontested through quite a big portion of it, tomorrow is not going to be as simple. Undoubtedly, it's going to be a whole hell of a lot more difficult. And if you feel like you could have done something today to maybe take out EVO where other teams couldn't, make sure to go in and put your money where your mouth is. Sign up for the open qualifiers for the Global League, which, I mean, the registration for the open quals are open now. You can hop on over and get that all done and prove to everyone that you are, in fact, just better. But yeah, I mean, that's going to do it for what was a very, I feel like, different outcome of the day. Maybe not so much in who won, just in the way the whole thing came to be last than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, definitely. I felt like it was not the path that I thought it was going to go. I was kind of expecting a game 6 or 7, probably going the whole way, but Evo kind of made a little bit of different plans for everybody. But really exciting, and now we get to even see more exciting games tomorrow. So make sure to also check out all the socials. Make sure to check out all the different times in the streams, because we do have EMEA happening, and of course we have the Americas. So a lot of good action that will be underway for tomorrow. But look, that's going to be it for us. We appreciate it. It has been really fun, and we will take our rest and we will get ready for tomorrow for some really good games. We'll see you then, and have a good night.